Civilizations throughout history have been obsessed with building large things, whether it's buildings, public works, religious structures, or whatever the pyramids are supposed to be. None of them, however, match up to the sheer scale and size of modern construction projects. Thanks to advances in architecture, building materials, machines, and other technological fields in the past few decades, infrastructure projects of today far surpass anything we've built in the past. The International Space Station is an extraordinary example of human engineering and international collaboration. Its construction began in 1998 and involved multiple countries, including the United States, Russia, Canada, Japan, and several European nations. Putting it into orbit required a total of 45 launches, 36 from the United States and 9 from Russia, along with a total of 1,705 hours of spacewalks. In total, the project cost around $100 billion to complete. The project to build the Airbus A380 was largely undertaken by the Dubai-based carrier Emirates. It was hailed as a giant leap in aviation, as the aircraft would be able to carry up to 615 passengers at a time. Despite the initial enthusiasm, though, the A380 project went through multiple challenges before its completion, including inefficient engines and higher research costs that rendered it uneconomical for many operators around the world. The project was further slowed down by the pandemic. By the end of it, the A380 project cost an estimated €30 billion, or about $33.9 billion. The Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway connects two of the busiest cities in China. With a total length of about 820 miles, the project began in 2008 and lasted until October 2011, taking more than 3 years to complete. The line, also known as Jinghu High-Speed Railway, is a crucial link between the Bohai Sea Rim and the Yangtze River Delta, two of China's most economically prosperous regions. It was aimed at reducing the travel time between Beijing and Shanghai from 14 hours to just 5 hours, with a projected transport capacity of about 220,000 passengers per day. The railway line now runs at speeds exceeding 230 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest in the world. The total project cost was around 220.9 billion yuan, or about $32 billion. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor is a large-scale fusion research project located in France. While it was supposed to be a revolutionary facility that demonstrates the commercial viability of fusion, the project has run into many funding-related controversies since it was conceived in 2007. It was reportedly funded through misleading information provided to elected officials in the United States and the European Union about ITER's design purpose and earlier reactor results, which directed a majority of the funds towards thousands of contractors and hundreds of staff members instead of construction. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Energy from 2018, the ITER project is estimated to cost about $65 billion, which is much higher than the original figure of $22 billion. Currently, the facility is expected to begin operations around the year 2035. The Three Gorges Dam was one of the largest engineering projects in Chinese history. Built along the Yangtze River in China, construction started in 1994, with the goal of becoming the largest and most powerful hydroelectric project in the world. Stretching 610 feet in height and 1.3 miles in width, the dam is accompanied by a vast reservoir extending nearly 400 miles upstream, completely reshaping the landscape of the Yangtze River region. The project was largely aimed at providing increased access for 10,000-ton freighters passing through China's interior, along with controlling the floods in the area. Initially estimated to be around $28.6 billion, the final cost ballooned to more than $37 billion and the project took nearly 2 decades to complete. It also involved the displacement of over 1 million people along the Yangtze River. The Big Dig project, officially called the Central Artery Tunnel Project, aimed to alleviate traffic congestion and improve mobility in Boston, then one of the country's most congested cities. It involved the replacement of the overhead section of Interstate 93 with an underground tunnel, along with the extension of Interstate 90 to the Logan International Airport. The project included 3 tunnels, 2 for rail traffic and a smaller service tunnel for an emergency escape route. While completed years ago, the Big Dig project remains a considerable financial burden for Massachusetts. The initial costs were estimated around $14.5 billion, though the final bill, including principal, interest and mandated transit commitments, is now expected to exceed $24 billion by the time the last bond is paid off in 2038. Also called the Eurotunnel or the Channel, the Channel Tunnel is a set of 3 tunnels that connect the southern coast of England to the northern coast of France. It runs across a length of 31 miles in total, with a 2-mile undersea section beneath the English Channel. That makes it the second longest undersea tunnel system in the world after Japan's Seikan Tunnel. Completed in 1994, the Channel Tunnel project was aimed at creating a functioning railway connection between England and France. Overseen by the Transmanche Link engineering firm, the project involved the use of a large amount of steel and concrete. The cost of the tunnel was initially estimated at £4.9 billion, but it ultimately exceeded expectations and reached almost £21 billion by its completion. Officially called the Burj Al Bayt, the Makkah Royal Clock Tower complex is one of the largest and most expensive buildings ever built. Made up of 7 structures, the complex houses a variety of substructures, including hotels, shopping centers, residential apartments, and more. It's a government-owned complex and is a part of the King Abdulaziz Endowment Project. The main attraction is the Central Tower, reaching a height of about 1970 feet and featuring the world's largest clock faces on each of its 4 sides. Construction began in 2004 and ended in 2012, with a reported cost of about $15 billion. It wasn't without controversy, however, as the project involved the demolition of the 18th-century Ayyad fortress, which invited some criticism, particularly from Turkey, because of its historical significance. The James Webb Space Telescope was launched in late 2021, with a total project spending cost of above $10 billion, nearly 10 times the original estimate. Its sensitivity to infrared light sets it apart from its predecessor, the Hubble Space Telescope, allowing it to look further back in time by studying formation of the first galaxies, the evolution of galaxies, the birth of stars, and the potential for life on distant planets. The Large Hadron Collider is located near Geneva, Switzerland on the Franco-Swiss border. Often referred to as one of the most ambitious scientific projects in history, the Circular Particle Accelerator spans a distance of about 17 miles, complete with superconducting magnets and accelerating structures. It was constructed over the course of a decade, with an overall cost of about $4.75 billion. It was built to study fundamental particles found across the universe, particularly theoretical subatomic particles like the Higgs boson.